So that's what being in a major bad movie will do for you. I don't think I've ever heard of that. I assume it's happened maybe with other actors that weren't public with it, maybe other directors that weren't public with it, maybe other producers that weren't public with it. But I bet you this, the backlash would have been nowhere near what it was if they had followed the template that the comic books had already set out. If they had fundamentally been sound in how they casted these characters and wrote the story, there may not have been any backlash whatsoever. Let me see what he has to say about this, because you know what I think about actors that jump into roles where they don't know what they're getting into, or they don't understand the character, or they don't understand the fandom. So let me just see what happened. So, the star said he spent months in training to prepare for the role. I do remember when things were going around. People were wondering if he was natty or not. Won't touch on that right now. But the movie received mixed reviews and disappointed at the box office. He said he was too aware of what critics thought, explaining it was really, really hard because Marvel thought that movie was going to be really, really well reviewed. Oh, there's no way that they thought this movie was going to be well reviewed. It's like them thinking that Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania was going to be well reviewed, or that Secret Invasion was going to be well reviewed, or that The Marvels was going to be well reviewed, or that Echo was going to be well reviewed. Shall I say more? She-Hulk. They knew they were taking a big chance, and I'm feeling like maybe the actor was sweet-talked. Let's continue. He added, so they lifted the embargo early and put it in some fancy movie festivals, and they sent us on a big global tour to promote the movie right as the embargo lifted. He is best known for playing Dinesh in HBO comedy series Silicon Valley, and said that the impact was exacerbated by the press tour taking place during, the pandemic thingy. Speaking on Michael Rosenbaum's Inside of You podcast, he said, I think there was some weird soup in the atmosphere for why that movie got slammed so much. It wasn't fundamentally sound. It was not true to the characters, period. What the story wasn't, neither were the characters. That's why. They miscast the characters. They gender swapped and did everything else that they normally do. That's the reason why it didn't work. And I think not too much of it has to do with the actual quality of the movie. Now, because it was actually a good-looking movie in a lot of ways. It was really hard, and that was when I thought it was unfair to me and unfair to my wife, Emily, and I can't approach my work this way anymore. Something has to change. So I started counseling. I still talk to my therapist about that. Wow. It messed him up that much. That's a shame. Emily says that I do have trauma from it, he added. We actually just got dinner with somebody else from the movie, and we were like, that was tough, wasn't it? And he's like, yeah, that was really tough. And I think we all went through something similar. So that would be what happens when, major movies just don't work out. But you know what? It's different to have a flop. And it's different. And it's one thing to have a flop. And it's one thing to have a flop where you knew what to do, what was right. And this is why I say to actors that are getting into these roles, as you guys know, I'm a very small-time actor. I've done some independent movies. That's it, small projects, right? And of course, my dream, like a lot of other actors, is to make it mainstream, to do the big stuff, to do the cool stuff, right? However, I am an actor that knows that if I'm going to play any characters that are part of a major IP, whether it be a book series, a game series, a comic book series, a television show, another movie series, whatever it is, a real life person, I need to know as much about this person as possible. And if the directors, the producers, the casting directors tell me, we don't want you to know anything about it, we want you to go in raw, there is no way I would do that. Because my next question is why? And then my next question is, how big is this fan base? How many books have they sold? Okay. I'd like some footage of the fans talking about this. I need to know exactly what I am getting into. If it's a tiny, small niche corner of the bookstore thing and like nobody really knows about it, maybe I would think of it if they pitched it to me as a new take, a new spin. But there is no way when it's something big like the MCU or Star Wars or anything like that, the DCU, or I would say to myself, yeah, that seems good. Yeah, just go in blind. Just play it the way I feel like playing it. Or play it the way they want me to play it. No way. Not that something that big. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The 45-year-old actor and stand-up comedian played an alien who came to Earth to protect the planet, becoming a Bollywood star to blend in. But despite high anticipation for the film, which was directed by Oscar winner Chloe Zhao, it received a relatively poor 47 rating on Rotten Tomatoes and achieved the lowest score of any Marvel Cinematic Universe film in audience survey cinema score. Chloe Zhao's entry into the superhero world is assured, ambitious, and told on a dizzyingly cosmic scale, but even it can't escape the cliches of superhero storytelling. There are some niche touches and an attractive new diversity worn, there's that tag word, worn lightly, but this is an underpowered and uncertain film. He and his wife, Emily V. Gordon, were Oscar nominees in 2018 for the romantic comedy The Big Sick, in which he starred alongside Zoe Kazan. He's one of the many stars who have spoken out about dealing with bad reviews in film and TV. See, look at this. Think about this, though. Think about this for a second. He's a big star, right? In an A-list movie, and he had to get therapy from the backlash. Do you now understand what it's like to be in the public eye? You know, no one should ever be bullied. I think a lot of times you can learn a lot of lessons without going through things the bad way. However, I'm happy in a way that I was bullied when I was a kid because it prepared me for YouTube. It prepared me for backlash when people twist your words or they just blatantly lie on you, or they just have a problem with you not liking a cartoon that they like, or a movie that they like, or a game that they like, or you dare to criticize something that they like. They feel the need to backlash you and to bully you. So I'm used to it. But if he was the cool kid growing up, or maybe he wasn't, he got away from it and became rich and famous, then he started getting bullied again online because people not liking the movie. Say, I didn't like the movie. but I would never bully an actor or director or whoever. See, these people go above and beyond the Call of Duty. You know what I mean? They write you, they say this and that, they post under your posts and try to. So, you know, the best thing to do is to not read them. However, in my situation, you know, I look at the comments. I need to understand what's going on, what new videos to do, what new topics are coming out. So I look at my comments all the time. He, I think, has the luxury of not looking at it, but he decided to, which a lot of major stars do. They decide to look at their comments under their Instagram or their Twitter or whatever it is, or they want to, they're curious about the reviews for their movies, and they're hearing stuff, and it's like, oh my God, I can't believe people, you know what I mean? I don't have any problem with him personally, but it's one of those things now where major actors and directors and producers need to understand what they are making and why, and what may happen if you do not make it correctly. Post comments down below. Let me know what you think about this. If you enjoyed my thoughts and commentary on it, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next video.